to my podcast, Keep Your Nose in My Business, the show where we shine a light on incredible businesses and inspirational people right here in Essex. Whether you're a business owner or dreaming of starting something new, or just curious about inspiring people in the community, there's something here for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and join me as we uncover the stories behind Essex's brightest businesses together. Okay, let's get started. Hello, so I'm in a lovely place. We've been here before, actually, not to this particular house, but this area. We're in Maylandsea in Essex, and today I'm going to be interviewing a very special lady, a lady that has actually inspired me, believe it or not, for a long time, and I've been excited to do this particular podcast. So I'm going to introduce you to a lady. I'm just going to say her first name. We're actually at her house, which is great, and when she starts to tell you about her business, then you'll realise we're at her house and why we're here. So I'm going to introduce you to a lovely lady called Kerry. Hello, Kerry. How are you?
All right.
You're all right?
Yeah, good. You?
So introduce yourself, Kerry.
I'm Kerry. I live in Mayland. I'm a mum and a nan now.
It's brilliant.
Oh my God, that's the first time I said that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, really exciting. Husband. Not husband. I've got a husband, and live at home in Mayland with one of my boys now and hubby.
Nice, very nice. So, obviously, you're a friend of mine, so I've been here quite a few times. It's lovely here. It's so peaceful. I can see why you work from home. It's because they're not here. Exactly. So, Kerry, I want to get into your business, obviously, but before we do all that, let's hear a little bit about yourself. Where did it all start? Like, what's your background? Where was you born?
Right, so I was born on the Isle of Dogs in London. My dad was a docker, or a stevedore, not necessarily a docker, a stevedore in the docks. My mum did like bits and bobs. I think she worked in a betting shop at some point, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Moved back and forth to Essex a few times when the docks shut. Back and forth because they couldn't settle in Essex because it was like carrot cruncher land. Yeah. They didn't like it. And then ended up in Corringham. I lived there for quite a while with mum and dad. Worked in various office jobs, which I never thought in a million years I'd do. And ended up in London, sort of, to be honest, blagged my way into being a PA at a job.
That makes me laugh, blagged my way.
Yeah, literally, honestly. I remember saying, I can do that. And then asked me uncle to borrow his computer so I could work out how to do what I'd said I could do before I started.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
And, worked in London for quite a while.
So my next question was, what is your business? What is the name of it? What do you do? Like, what is your business?
Okay, the business is Business Friend. It started off as like a VA, it'd be called now. Back then it wasn't. It was just typing from home. And I got my first adverts by placing like an advert in a shop window. You know, that's how different it was. There's none of this social media stuff and everything. And the idea behind it was just so I'd go back part-time to work, but still earn some extra money from home. And that's how Business Friends started. And now it's kind of like a VA business, but we mainly transcription, PowerPoint, that kind of thing.
Okay, so what do you PowerPoint for? Like, is it just any sort of, for anyone? Like,
I can do. We do like small businesses. Say if you go out networking and you want to do a presentation, that kind of thing, or you want to present your findings to someone and a report. A lot of financial services, because that's the industry I worked in before. Transcription is mainly for universities and government organisations.
Right.
So they'll send us their recordings, their research interviews with people. I've got a team that transcribe them, that type them up, and then I quality check, get them into the format they need, and they go back and eventually get published into various findings.
Wow.
So, kind of...
clever.
Yeah, it does sound right.
Did you say clever?
That's so well clever, don't I?
It's mad.
Yeah, and it's just, it kind of went that way. It wasn't how it started. It just kind of went that way.
And like you said, you put an advert in a window. Like, how random is that? Like, to start
and
a business.
my first clients were, this is how random it was, putting out that advert in freelance secretary, you need help in your business, basically. And I got a phone call from a local builder and a local bodybuilder. They were my first two clients, like, other than my old company kept me on as well, like through Business Friend. Really.
So how many years has it been now?
22 years.
22 years, just by putting an advert in?
Yeah, exactly. And then word of mouth.
Mad.
I've never really had to advertise or anything, been really lucky.
That's mad.
Yeah.
And how many people do you have working for you now?
At the moment, probably 10 that I use regularly.
Yeah.
And then more people on top of that dip in and out. Yeah, so my model is similar to what is now called a VA agency, where they're all self-employed, so they have to work for other people. I make that really clear. I don't want anyone relying on me, because like any
pressure,
business, it's pressure on me, and I just don't like that responsibility for them to feel they can only work for me. And they send me their availability every week. I send them work. So it works that way.
And it's really mad, because obviously I know you as a friend, and I know that you are so busy. Like, you're always busy. It's mad. Like, you generally have, you know, obviously you have good rapport with people, and you're one of them people that don't say no.
Yes,
aren't you?
Yeah, and I think, like you, we get shiny object syndrome. So I've had other businesses as well. I do run other businesses now as well. I think, like, being in business, one of the key things is being curious and finding things interesting.
100%.
I love it. And I have to really rein myself in from like, oh. You know, but business friend has been, the reason I'm mainly going to talk about business friend, that has been the core business.
It's kept you going, hasn't it, that one?
Yeah.
And like you say, you have done it you've done other businesses, been very successful, and you've gone on to sell them, and it's been amazing. Like, you know, and I just, when I talk to you, you are very, and I'm not just trying to do this to blow your own trumpet.
No, go for it, bring it on.
You're really inspirational. And like you say, just by putting an advert and blagging your way in, you know, in the
Don't get me
window,
wrong,
like,
I wouldn't blag that I could go and perform heart surgery, but
no, maybe that's
not. No, but
try that.
If I think, you know, that's part of my skill set, but I just haven't done that particular thing. Then
How have you juggled life? Because, like, obviously you've just said, obviously the baby at the moment is very new. But you've obviously brought up 2 children. How have you juggled life, the husband? And I'm not saying you have to guide your husband, but you know what I mean.
No, you're right. Sorry, would I ever listen to this?
You know, but it's hard. You know,
really
like,
hard. And I think I know I shouldn't, but I still call it mum guilt rather than parent guilt. I think. And that might be an age thing, I don't know, as I'm sure there's more fathers now that feel this way too, but the guilt of being a working mum, and that also might be why you was brought up. My dad had the right on that I was going to carry on working. He just thought it was, you know, absolutely wrong. But personally, I've always just wanted to be a bit independent. And I like working. I'm a weirdo. I bloody love it. It
actually reminds me, because for people, the viewers that don't know, I knew Kerry, and we met through our boys going to school together, which is really funny, because you look back now, and I remember, this is just a silly memory, I remember that you chuck the kids in school. It sounds really bad, but I'd then run off because I was late for a driving lesson. I'd, you know, get going, and you would. You'd never be them mums that were like, you know, I'm not looking down at anybody for that, because I think that's amazing. If you could be at home, look after your children, maybe that's the right way. Maybe we've got it wrong. But I remember just knowing that you were going to go off, and you were going to have a busy day today, and just like you say, even to try and fit in time to just have a bit of downtime, and it's hard, isn't it?
And I think that's one thing to remember. Like, if you do set up a business with young children, so Mac was a newborn. Well, I was pregnant when I set him up, but when he was a newborn, you might still need childcare. Because you can't concentrate on things, and don't beat yourself up about that. You know, the bills need to be paid, the food needs to be on the table. You can't, but that's hindsight telling me that. I know at the time you can really beat yourself up.
But looking at people nowadays, that's hard. Because childcare is ridiculous now.
Oh my God,
You think back when the kids were little, you know, you normally grab nanny or granddad or
so
someone.
we didn't have that.
See, I did. My mum and my friend Jade, and that, they had the kids sometimes. And
actually, my dad's partner, did have them on a Monday. We weren't like hard done by my sons. Oh, poor me, and my brother would help. But generally, we'd have to pay for a nursery or something like that, which is fine. And I didn't mind that at all, so I quite like keeping the relationship separate from them being their childminder to them being their nan or granddad or whatever.
See, me, I didn't care.
I quite liked it, because otherwise I've been like, what are you doing? I'd have got all aggy. So what I used to do with Mac, especially at the beginning, because I was still working up in London, because back then you only had 3 months maternity leave, didn't you? So I would literally get in from work, pick him up from nursery, which was horrible, like 7 o'clock at night or whatever, getting ready for bed, and then I'd work probably till about, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, then get up, drop him at nursery, go up to London. So it was, those first sort of few months were really hard, but really worth it, because within that amount of time I had enough clients that I could leave the London job, and they were brilliant. My previous employer, they kept me on through Business Friend.
Right, okay.
I could do it remotely. The old fax machine was going mad. You remember the fax machine?
I'm no good at reading writing, so anything like that I stayed well away from. I didn't try to pretend I was anything that I weren't. You know, probably got my hand caught in it. That was about it.
Yeah, I can imagine that. And then as they got older, and when they started school, I'd sort of get up about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, do a few hours before they got up.
Yeah, I remember.
So
this.
everything was around the boys. There were still times I used to think, oh God, when they get older, they just remember me as Mummy was always sitting at a computer. But they both say it was the right thing to do now.
See, I remember them conversations that me and you had when the kids were at school, and I remember us going, do you know, why don't we take a day next week and do Chesington?
Yes.
Because it sounds really horrible, but the guilt does kick in. Like, even now, I think, God, looking back, when I was a kid, obviously my mum was always at home. My mum didn't work. So that's all I ever knew. So when I then changed it, the guilt is horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like you say, my boys now say my mum worked all her life. And hopefully it stills a bit of like... work ethic into them. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
I said it wrong?
No,
you know, so I think that's a good thing to show them that, you know, and like I say, equally, if a mum stays at home and does that right job by their child, 100%.
Yeah, I think
but you do feel guilt, 100%. I couldn't have probably stayed at home because my brain does overtime.
Yeah.
And I probably I wouldn't have been settled in myself.
Oh, you've been one of those mumzillas where you pushed it all onto your kid.
Beans on toast every day, like, you know.
So there's something wrong with that. And the issue is...
I think I was a Happy Meal mum. You know, let's go buy a McDonald's, get a Happy Meal. I think I had a Happy Meal about 6 times a week, my kids. But anyway, little question for you. So, in the way of your business, obviously, coming away from your personal life and that again, where did the idea come from? Like, how did you end up putting that in the window? What
really
was it?
Hate to give credit here, but it's my husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah, owns that.
Good old Jay.
Yeah, he so we knew we had to go back to work. The cost of childcare was crazy. I hated the thought of dropping him off at 6 in the morning and picking him up at 6 at night because I was up in London. And so we knew I only wanted to go back 3 days, but we needed the money. Jay's self-employed as well. We just didn't want one of us to have all the pressure on our shoulders. So I can earn some money at home as well. And Jay went, why don't you just do what you do? I was a PA at the time, or an EA, I think it's called now, anyway, for a company director. Things. Why don't you just do what you do at work, but for yourself? I was like, do you reckon? So do you want to do that? He went, no, yeah, go on. So and that's how it started, that conversation. And then we tell my brother, and he's going, oh, that's a wicked idea. He goes, you should call yourself business friend.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I was like, oh, okay, so it's everyone else's idea, and then I just took the action.
You didn't just take the action. Yeah, you've literally smashed it.
Yeah, well, credit.
Like you really have. 22 years of still staying in business with just putting an advert in the window. If you believe in something and you work hard enough, because sometimes we, as I speak for both of us, we come up with ideas and go, could that happen? Like every week we're sending something normally and saying, let's start a new
what's
business.
We should do another podcast with some of the ideas we've had.
Some of them have been a little bit risky as well, haven't they, Kerry? You know, that's some...
I was going to say it then, but we'll do it another time.
We'll do that on another podcast. But some of the conversations we've had and the ideas, I mean, some of them... You think about what could have been, but it's another life anyway. But so that's where the idea come from. What has been your biggest challenge, do you think, through business?
Oh my God, focus.
Yeah,
like say the shiny object syndrome, definitely. That's a really tricky one. Oh, Tina, you're making me think.
Sorry,
what's been tricky?
That's my job.
Probably shiny object boredom sometimes. Not knowing what you're going to earn every month. Yeah. That is. I guess thinking about it, that's what it is. It's. I mean, one of the reasons I chose to go down the route I did after a couple of years, which was with like government organisations and universities, that kind of thing, is because you knew you would get paid. Yeah. And you knew you'd get paid usually on time because they've got their procedures and everything. But at the same time, because I've gone down that road, you think you've got projects coming in, and suddenly they'll lose funding, and that project doesn't happen. Yeah. And so I would say the biggest challenge is just not knowing what's going to happen. Yeah. And I guess for somebody who's got they're employed, they're almost guaranteed their money to a certain extent, and it does put a lot of pressure on you when you're saying, I'm going to go out and find the money rather than... Yeah, we've got this project coming up, so if you have got availability, that'd be great, and then it doesn't happen. It's that's crap.
So when you...
Sorry, rubbish. Don't know if I'm allowed to
It's
say.
all right.
Okay.
We can get away with that.
Okay, then.
It sums up my life sometimes, so it's fine. So you said your name of the business is Business Friend, which is great, and we've heard where that's come from, and we've heard where the idea come from. What's unique about what you do? Is there a lot of competition for what you're doing?
Yeah,
There
is.
is.
Yeah, I don't know what's unique about us really. Probably, I don't really niche, so I'm interested in everything.
Yeah.
So with transcription, a lot of people think it might be legal or medical and that kind of thing, and we'll do a bit of anything. To be honest, it's not me that transcribes. I'm not a brilliant transcriptionist by any stretch of the imagination, and I realised that very early on, and that's why I built a team very early on.
Yeah.
I'm better at like the reading side of it, quality checking, proofreading, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But they say that with a business, stick with your strengths.
Yes.
And then employ people to do what you can't do.
Yeah.
Because if you try and do everything, you're going to overload yourself. So what's your plans with a business?
Right, okay. I think probably now I'm kind of exploring more what I'm good at and I enjoy. So I'm doing more of the PowerPoint. I've got doing more sort of like VA stuff, but not VA as in inbox management and that. Where I've got some of the team, if I do get that kind of work come in, I can give it to someone.
Yeah.
But I'm exploring what I really enjoy, and that is business. That's chatting. I love brainstorming ideas. I love anything PowerPoint. I can develop websites now. So I've got more time now the boys are older, and I did used to think when they were older that I'd be like, I'm going to take over the world, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but I'm finding that I'm getting quite like fidgety with what I want to do next. I still want to keep it under the banner, but we're expanding our services, and I'm going to be more involved in delivering the service.
Yeah. So in the way of growing your business, is it going to be grown by people, staff that you use, just in what you provide?
Yeah, I think I'd carry on with the same model as I do at the moment, in the sense that it would be outsourcing to people. So I've got, after all these years in business, I've got such a brilliant network of people that are so good, so excellent at what they do, that if I can't help someone, I suppose really I'm going back to the name, Business Friend. If I can't help someone, I will know someone that can. So it might grow in that sense.
Yeah.
That I would probably still be the client coordinator though, because I'm finding more and more I enjoy chatting with people, which I never thought I would.
I guess they say sometimes bigger's not better.
No.
Because you're then taking on a lot more activity, a lot more noise.
Yes,
and that's
exactly.
not always a good thing.
And you'll know, we haven't mentioned the other business now, but the other business I had, we had staff, we had premises, and I started to feel employed again.
Yeah.
And especially now as I'm a nan, I want that same freedom.
Yeah.
So I want it to grow and turn over. Some of the family want to work for Business Friend as well now. Yeah. So I'm not too sure. It's a bit of a funny stage.
Yeah.
But makes
and they
more
say
fun.
that, don't they? They say, don't work in your business, work on it.
Yes.
Which is so hard.
It is.
That's
when you
a
like
massive
what you do.
challenge and especially when you can see you need to do something and you think, it's quicker for me to do it than get somebody else to do it, and then you end up taking on another 4 hours that week.
Yes.
That you didn't want to do,
and that's
but you
the
have
key
because
thing.
It's your business, and that's no one cares. Well, it's not that no one cares about your business, but no one cares as much as you do.
Yeah.
Because you know that you've got bills to pay and you've got things to do.
Yeah,
and it's true, isn't it?
But I think through the network, which I've only started doing the last couple of years, I'm starting to realise I've met various actual proper VAs that are so good. They are so good, and I'd feel very trusting outsourcing to them, rather than only outsourcing to transcriptionists.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want the responsibility. That's why I use that model rather than employ. Because when I did it before, it stressed me out so much.
Yeah. Who's been your biggest inspiration?
Can't think of anyone in business. You blow my mind, but we don't want to turn this into like a mutual love bombing, do we? But you do absolutely blow my mind on lots of levels. But I would say, like,
I do your name as well, don't I?
Yeah.
Kerry, what do you think about this? Kerry.
No. And can I just say, she thinks I can do everything and I can't.
You can.
I obviously give the impression that I can. And she'll say, da-da-da, and I think...
You're called my brainy friend.
Hilarious. Got 3 GCSEs. I'm well brainy. Probably an aunt and uncle of mine who they've travelled the world a few times in their camper van camping, so it's nothing really businessy, but it's where they've built their life.
That's lovely.
There, probably. That I look at that and, they've... Oh, God. I think they're in France at the moment, mountain climbing. He's 70 now. And I'll just look at the way they've built their lives. That's probably my inspiration, the freedom.
That's lovely.
Yeah, probably then.
And you'll get there because you have a very calm way of dealing with things sometimes, and even probably to you that's probably, you know, not how you feel, but you come across very calm.
Do I?
And you have so much... Do I? And you have so much going on, so I do believe you will get to where you want to get to with that, and I could see you going around a little camper van.
Yeah, I think I have anyway. I think when I look back, obviously there's been times, it might be rose-tinted glasses, but like you say, we still always do stuff with the boys.
Yeah.
We've got a photo, guys, of us at Alton Towers, and the 4 boys are just like, oh,
We really don't want to be here.
And you know, we had a great time, didn't we? The photos, we were like, yay!
Do you know why that was though? When you think about, when you said about the guilt, right? We probably done so much more with our children than we thought we did.
We crammed it in, didn't we?
We crammed it in. So when it was school holidays, it was like, right, if we have a day off or a couple of hours, we were doing something with it.
We'll drive 3 hours to Corby and take to a skate park. Definitely.
Sat there all day just watching them on a skate park. But like you say, maybe a lot of that was... And you want to be with them, you know.
Yeah, you want
kids,
to.
And you want to do that, and like you say, some of the times we'd go, "Come on, we're getting up, going Chessington." And go, "I don't want to go. We're going." What other kid would say they don't want to do Chessington, you know, or Fort Park or wherever?
I'm not sure, but I think we were annoying.
We went on all the big rides. We were fine, even if they didn't want to go.
Yeah,
we went on all the big rides, so that's fine, even if they didn't want to.
We had a great time. Anyway, so that's my inspiration.
That's
freedom.
Lovely. Yeah, and I believe you'll get there. You definitely will. If you had to, right, look back as a younger self, in business-wise, what's some of the things that you think you'd have done a bit different, or, you know?
God, I wish I'd had more confidence and not worried what people thought. I think midlife is... Let's be honest, I'm a middle-aged woman. I think, it would be... Don't worry. I mean, thankfully, in a way, the social media wasn't around, so I didn't have that sort of worry. But I just felt a bit of a dick being in business. Yeah, I was quite embarrassed by it. I felt a bit snobby, and so I really held back on things. So that would probably be just absolutely go for it, enjoy it.
And believe in yourself, I guess.
Believe in yourself, definitely.
Because when you look back now, you have achieved, and you've kept your not just you, obviously Jay as well. You've kept a house going, you've kept a family going.
Yeah,
you know, and like you say, it doesn't matter how many people earn their money as long as they're happy in what they do.
Yeah, definitely a big chunk of self-belief and less guilt.
What was the moment it changed for you?
I think it's a mixture. Say of age, I say youth wasted on the young and things like that. I wasn't young, I was 30 when I set up Business Friend. I think there's been a big chunk. So I lost my mum like young, then my dad passed quite young as well, and then I lost a friend about 5 years ago. I would say that probably changed a bit of perspective.
Yeah, of course. Life's too short, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're not always going to be here.
No, yeah.
And in 100 years' time, people won't remember us. So just be kind and be grateful, etc. But just don't bloody worry so much. Don't worry so much, definitely.
What's something people often mistake about you at work?
Oh, it's that I'm posh. Because I don't... Bear in mind, not my whole career, most of the business friends been listening to voices. No one's heard mine. Yeah, because it's always been virtual. Everything's been done over email, etc., etc. When I put together training videos for the team, I never used to speak. And then the last few years, like I mentioned about being a bit more confident and stepping out and not caring, I started speaking on the videos like, this is how you do this, and that very first video, virtually everyone emailed me saying, I did not expect you to sound like that.
That's really funny.
Because everything I do is about grammar and
so
that kind of thing.
They
expect me to be posh, so that's quite funny. I don't speak the way I can write, put it that way.
Well, just to get it clear, I speak exactly how I write. Gary would badge for that. And I write how I speak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't relate to the career that I'm in. You wouldn't think I speak the way I speak.
So I think that's amazing, because at the end of the day, we're all down to earth, and it's lovely, and it just shows you that, no disrespect to you, but anybody can do anything if they put their mind to it and hard work, and that's 100%. What you know. And I think that's what worries me now, like with things like social media and that. A lot of, say, for instance, influencers, they're worth their weight in gold. I've worked in retail recently, haven't I? Again, part of my losing myself, not sure what I want to do. And I know the power of influencers. When something goes viral, everything sells out instantly. So I'm not putting them down at all. But
sometimes it's their job to make things look easy. And I think sometimes now the next generation coming up, it's not being too generic here, but some of them think, why isn't it happening now on this instant gratification?
Yeah.
But it's hard work.
Yeah,
it's hard work to build what you've got a bit of foresight. This is what I want, but I've got to put the hours in now.
3 things, tips, because obviously if someone young came to you and said, Kerry, I'm thinking of doing this, which I've probably come to and I'm not young.
Absolutely, the biggest champion for anyone that wants to do stuff, and it's one of the things I love doing most. I get like texts and phone calls, exactly what you've just said.
Yeah.
And I just get a thrill, a buzz. I think you can absolutely do it. Be prepared to put the work in. I've got to give 3 tips, haven't I?
Go on, that's
that's it. Right, okay.
You're nearly there.
You absolutely can do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Surround yourself with the people that know that you can, but are not like bum lickers. You don't want people saying, yeah, you can do that, and then just because they're saying it.
Yeah.
You want people that believe in you.
Yeah.
Maybe distance yourself a little from the people that don't.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but or have a shield around you. Don't listen to it. You know, unless it's constructive feedback, don't listen. You really, really can do it. There's a lot of noise out there at the moment in terms of learning, so try not to get distracted, because there will be skills you'll need to learn to set up business, whether it be in what you're already doing or what you need to do to move forward. There's a lot of free advice out there on YouTube and things. Just find someone that you connect with. I don't think you have to pay for a coach or anything like that. I think there's a lot of free information. Find some good business books, podcasts. Keep listening to people that have done it a few steps ahead of you. Definitely. I don't know.
Because even now, like, do you sit there sometimes? I mean, I sit there and think, God, I'm so thick. Like, how, like, I'm not saying I'm the best person ever in the world. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you sit there sometimes and I think, God, why am I not doing that? I've blagged this. Yeah. Like, and I've just made it up as I've gone along, sort of thing.
And there's nothing.
And there's nothing wrong in that. So even if you don't totally know everything, you can give it a go.
Be curious as well. I think that's the key thing. Always be curious. And if you're going to go out doing the networking things, I'm very new to networking. I tried when I very first set up the business, and it just filled me with dread. I was quite. I just thought you was going there to hand out your business cards and say, "Give me money, please." I really hated networking. Now I absolutely love it, and my biggest tip is to. I keep saying the word curious, but it's true. Ask people about themselves. Be interested. You never, ever know, one, what might spark an interest in you. So don't be closed to things. Yeah. If you think, no, I want to do this, just be a bit more open.
Yeah. What's the biggest sort of compliment you've ever received from someone to do with business?
I think you've done quite well today.
Oh, thank you, Kerry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't...
You know, it makes you feel proud, because there are moments when, like, I know, because being a mum as well, like, there's moments where you feel quite rubbish about yourself sometimes, because you say, you feel guilty for things, or even friends, like you know, you want to plan a day out but you can't because you've got other stuff going on. So there must be something that, you know, like I have a little thing above in my restaurant that's got like my dad's funeral song. It's got "Oh Bloody Life Goes On." And if I have a bad day, I'll look at it and go, "Come on, Dad, come on, life goes on."
That's nice.
But in the way of, like, you need them little pickups sometimes. I'm not asking for people to go around and compliment you on things, but sometimes someone says something and you go, "Thank you," like, that means a lot.
Right, there's been a few things. A couple of things from my boys. One thing, I used to check in with them quite a bit as I was growing up, saying, "Would you rather me get a normal job?" Because I know that sometimes, you know, it's school and I'm literally just at that laptop all day. And they used to say things, "No, we like things just the way they are." So that was something that kept me going through the mum guilt. I did check in with them every now and then.
Which is important.
So that makes me feel not so bad looking back. My eldest has had his daughter now. He said
Congratulations, Nanny.
I know, I keep mentioning it. I'm like, he's a fool. He said he wants her to have the same sort of childhood. And that makes me and Jay feel
really lovely,
absolutely brilliant. You know, because we was never about going on flash holidays or anything like that. We was mainly camping, doing things. I would always take my laptop away with me, because the buck stops with me and things, which isn't the ideal business model, I know, but it suited me. That's just the way I am. And then also a lot of the feedback, the reviews I get mention how friendly we are as a company.
Okay, Kerry, so if you could choose a film title that would sum up your life, your business, I guess, the way things have gone, what would it be called?
Oh my God. Well, I suppose my initial reaction then was when you said about my life, I had an answer.
Yeah,
and then you said business, and I haven't got an answer.
What would your life be then?
Well, I suppose because the way I've lived, especially the last 20 odd years, it's very much been a work-life blend, not work-life balance. Everything's been in one. So I will encompass it all in one title. And because I'm not allowed to swear, I don't think, I'll just say that was amazing.
Brilliant.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And you are amazing. I mean, I've known you a lot of years and you generally are. I'm not just saying this to the viewers that don't know Kerry. She's like my brainy friend. I think I said that earlier, but she generally is. And everybody talks about you.
What?
No, they do. And I'm not just saying this to blow your own trumpet. I'm not doing that, Kerry. I'm not going down that road. But generally, everybody says how great you are. And you just help everyone, which is amazing.
Hey, listeners, I'm blushing.
So you should. So, because you're so amazing at what you do, and you generally
I'm actually
don't,
blushing.
but you don't realise how amazing you are because you find things so easy. I know, like things like you said earlier, spreadsheets and stuff. Me, that's a minefield, and you just.
Yeah, but then look at you. You go out and you can talk to people. People walk into your restaurant and they're instantly at ease. People get into your car, they're instantly at ease. You have that.
Right. So another one for you to chuck at you.
Yeah.
3 points that you would give somebody else, like 3 top tips that you would give somebody else that's looking to go into business in general, maybe your field of work, maybe just the experience that you've gained along the way. What would your top tips be for them people, youngsters, or even,
any
people
age.
start at any age.
Absolutely, any
Yeah.
age. Yeah, 100%. Definitely, you're going to probably have a lot of self-doubt, but you so can do it. You absolutely. There's no big secret, and there'll be a lot of business coaches out there, which I'm sure are brilliant in their own field and things, but you don't need a lot of guidance in that sense. You can do it. Whatever skill it is you're looking at selling or providing, you can. You just can. And you need to surround yourself with people, not that are like, oh, you can do anything, like I'm saying now, but will give you honest feedback, won't put you down.
That's really important.
Yeah, really
take
important.
Criticism.
And also, absolutely, listen to people's ideas. You don't have to take them on board, but listen. And also be aware, I think family especially can come across as a bit negative.
Yeah.
But it's only fear. They're just worried for you. That's all it is. And, listen if you want to listen, but don't let it rule your decisions, unless that person has done the business that you want to do, or they're your ideal customer, kind of doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's nice to hear and they're worried about you, etc. But
how many
doesn't
times have
matter.
you heard family say, you're going to get a proper job?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. This is my job.
Yeah.
And like you say, with the tools out there at the minute, AI, there's so many things on AI. I mean, now, sometimes I come across as brainy sometimes, and I'm not brainy, I just AI it, and it goes, oh, there you go. Perfect. There's my letter.
You know what? You've got another thing there, actually, that's not on my... that I wasn't going to say, but don't be scared of the new things that are coming out. Like in my... field, like in Business Friend especially, providing transcription, like audio typing services, AI is probably not far behind being able to do what I do. And it does do not what we do as a company, but what a lot of other companies do with audio typing and that. But, that's great. What can you pivot to? What else can you learn? Get to know it. Don't be scared by it. Don't maybe have a day or two of like, oh, for God's sake, it's a constant battle, but then just pick yourself up. It's fine. Things change all the time. They really do. And sometimes it's for the better and sometimes it just means you've got to change what you do. Yeah. Sitting there sulking about it ain't going to help. No. It's coming. Whatever this changes, it's coming. Yeah. So having a little strop, but not a big one.
And everyone has their days, don't they, where they feel negative, and then the next morning, like me, we're on it. I was ready.
Yeah, literally yesterday I was like, oh, God, I think this Amazon had annoyed me, like with the other business. I was thinking, what am I doing? And then today I woke up, woohoo!
It's Friday. Not that it means anything.
It doesn't
Friday
matter, definitely working tomorrow, no. That's where it goes back to the work-life blend rather than work-life balance. Try and work out what you want. You can make it work for you.
That's really inspirational.
What else have I got that I was going to say? Oh, with, again, I mentioned earlier about business coaches. Sounds like I'm putting them down. I'm not. Some of them could be absolutely brilliant and really push you along. But don't get, like, FOMO. It's one of the things I learned when you said about the pivoting points earlier. Like when people pass away and they've only got so long here. The FOMO can relate to your personal life, and it can relate to, like, they're doing this, they must be really good at that, I need to learn that system, I need to learn that system. Just find the people that you resonate with, that you understand, that speak the way you speak. Don't get sucked into shiny object syndrome, which is very easy to do. I'm definitely guilty of it. And say yes to things. We mentioned earlier about blagging. Yeah. like I say, don't say, yeah, I can operate on your heart, no problem, when you really don't know what a scalpel looks like.
That would be me.
Yeah, exactly. It actually would be you, didn't it? Yeah. Do you know she can't drive? She ain't got a licence.
Yeah, exactly. You'd think that while driving, all fairness. That's not a really good advert for my driving instruction company. No, Kerry, is it? No, I'm joking.
But and some people say fake it till you make it to a certain extent. But if you think you can do these things, be honest with the client, the customer. If it's not something you've done before, but it's in your skill set, say website design or something, they're using a different system. Say, okay, I've only used WordPress before, not Squarespace, but you know what? I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to have a look if you're happy with me to do that. Yeah. Just give things
Put
a go.
It back to them a little bit and let them make that decision. Yeah, and then you won't feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah, let them know, but don't just say an automatic no if you think it's something you can pick up. Yeah, have confidence in yourself. You've got this.
You've got this.
Yes.
In life, you've got this, Kerry. You've got this.
Absolutely.
So, Kerry, because you're so inspiring to a lot of people, we need to know where you are, how we can get in touch with you, all about your business. So, have you got websites and, tell us what it is. Come on.
Yep. So, it's businessfriend.net. That's the business we've been talking about today. Yeah. Yes, that's all the secretarial services and that kind of thing. Social media, I'm really rubbish, but I'm mainly on LinkedIn. So Kerry Craddock on LinkedIn is the best way if you wanted to. I'm always up for a chat about business, about things, anything I can do to help. I'm very much there.
That's amazing.
So fascinating.
And you are a pleasure.
Yay.
And you are very, very approachable, which is great. So if you do want to get in touch with Kerry, like she said, all of them links to be able to get in touch with Kerry. And you've been amazing. I've enjoyed my interview today.
It's been really good, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm really
my first
excited.
ever podcast. It's great.
Thanks. It's mine too. Not really. Nearly.
Again, a bit rude there. I can't believe I was the first one, but
I could juggle them around.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today, and to think that you work from home. It's such a beautiful, calming place here, so I can see why you get lots of work done here. It's beautiful.
It's quite funny. I think I might have said to you earlier, it's like calm because they're not here, but actually I'm the one that's not calm normally.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the usual one. So I'm pleased you feel that.
I mean, I shouted at my kids many a times, but yeah, I didn't do my work at home. I can't really drive in a car. I can't really go around the front room and then go around the dining room. So thanks, like, there's your lesson done. Thank you so much, Kerry. Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers.
Check out Kerry, because I'm sure you'll get lots of information and great business from Kerry. So thank you, Kerry. Have a good day, and thank you for joining me.
See ya. Bye.
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 Well, that's it for today's episode of Keep Your Nose in My Business. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss what's coming up next. Until next time, take care. And remember, keep your nose in my business.